Howdy folks, welcome back to Horsemanship 101. I want to talk today about personal space because I think there's probably been a bit of a misunderstanding on that subject due to a number of my earlier videos in particular, especially the ones with this little horse here, because I have to explain some things that are relevant. To start with, this horse was abused when I got her and very, very wary of people. So I actually kind of created the monster by encouraging her to be closer than I would normally allow, just so that she would get used to trusting me with being close. As a result, she's gotten to the point where she really likes to be close to me, to the point of literally eye to eye. And normally that would be something that you would have to address, but in her particular case, I've allowed it to continue for the simple reason that when she approaches me, she still stops at a respectful distance before she comes up to me. And usually I go into her space, and then once I'm in her space, well, the rules don't really apply much anymore. And if she wants to put her head up near me, that's okay. She's not pushy. She very rarely even touches me. If my arm happens to be in the right spot, she might actually rest her chin on my arm and go to sleep. But she doesn't get pushy. She's respectful when she's in my space. And I kind of mentioned this in another video, how allowing a horse into your space kind of gives you an idea where it's at mentally. And by allowing her into my space, she's very gentle, very respectful. I don't have a problem, so I've allowed it. You also have to consider, I've had this horse for 5 years now, so you know, we've developed enough respect that having her get close to me isn't an issue. Now, if you have another horse that is, you know, less trained, and you know, you're working with or something, or you just gotten her, whatever, restarting it, whatever, protecting your personal space is important. And I have another one over there. Can't see her too well for the sun, but she tends to not be near as respectful when it comes to personal space. Whenever she turns into me when I'm changing directions with her, she tends to turn in and then walk up to me, which I don't want. So we've put a stop to that. She's gotten much, much better now. She doesn't turn and walk into me anymore. She actually turns and looks square at me like she's supposed to, and that problem doesn't exist anymore. But again, like I said, you know, the personal space thing, don't think that it's not an issue. It is. Even though I don't emphasize it, I've said I don't promote it specifically. To me, it's much more a part of a bigger picture, which is the leadership issue, and you know, general respect that the horse has for you. So to me, the personal space thing isn't something that I generally address. And you know, this horse, if you watch a lot of my videos, you'll see many times where she is far too close to me. Normally you would not allow that, but you also have to know a little bit of the background of this one, you know, and the fact that I have had her for quite a few years, so having her that close isn't an issue. She still is respectful of me. She's very gentle. And what you don't see also is all the stuff that happens off camera. How many times I actually have sent her away from me if she's gotten closer to me, or when I'm working with another horse and she cuts in between the two of us, she gets sent away. You know, I don't tolerate bad behavior. But just because I allow this horse to get a lot closer than you normally allow a horse to get, don't think that I do not enforce personal space. I do, but I don't address it individually. It's part of a bigger picture, and if it's necessary, as in with the case of that one, you bet your butt I'm going to enforce it, and I'm going to enforce it quite firmly until they get the message that that kind of behavior is not going to be tolerated. So just wanted to clear up a few things. I didn't want you to think that just because you'd seen this little girl here getting in my face on a number of occasions, that's okay. As you can see, she's standing here. I just told her to back up before I started the camera, and as you can see, she's still standing where I told her to go, and that's where she belongs for now. As soon as I turn the camera off, I'm probably going to walk up to her, and she's going to put her head right up against me, and we're going to be back to the usual thing again. But that's not something that you start with. That, you know, like I said, you got to know the background. I kind of created the monster in a way, to a certain extent, and not only that, but I've also had this horse for quite a few years now, so she knows where to draw the line and what I will and won't tolerate. And I make it clear to her. And like I said, stuff happens off camera you do not get to see. So don't think that just because you see her close to me all the time that that's okay. No, it's not. And if you have a horse, you need to enforce that too, as a part of the bigger picture. It's an overall issue with respect. The horse is not allowed to crowd you, touch you, bump you, push you, or get in your personal space. That's just not allowed. Okay. But if you see this one, well, there's a reason. Understand that, okay? It's not that I'm against it, believe me. Just there are extenuating circumstances with this one. It's not all cut and dried. It's not black and white, and every horse is different. I don't have an issue with this one. Other horses, believe me, they are not allowed anywhere near me unless I go near to them. It's, you know, they don't come to you, you go to them. That's how it works. Sure, you can be in the same space bubble, but it's a matter of who moves into whose bubble. And you have to move into theirs. They are not allowed to just move into yours whenever they want to. I just made it clear to her she's not allowed to come into mine right now. And as you can see, she's staying there. Okay, so that's my little rant on personal space today, just so you aren't misled by any of my videos. It is important. It should be enforced, but it's part of a much bigger picture. That's why I don't usually address it individually. Have a good day, folks.